What's up guys, Flashfire here. Today I am bringing you the second battle of week 3 of the IEP. This is versus the Opelucid Outrage. Don't know how to say that name. He is also known as Extreme Speed X. His channel will be linked down below if you want to go and check that out. He's a cool dude, you absolutely should do that. But anyways, into this battle. Now, he has quite a slow draft. The fastest things on his draft are Charizard Y and Celebi, which are both base 100. So I figured two mons that would do really, really well against his team are Reckless Hitmonlee and Sheer Force Nidoking. So I brought both of those with Life Orb because between them they absolutely annihilate his team outside of Celebi and Charizard Y. So the rest of my team really was just kind of window dressing and there to deal with those two monsters that outsped my two winners. So basically my Mega Altaria was fully specially defensive, which meant that it walled the Megazard X. It was fully specially defensive with, I think, Return and HP Rock because it 2-hit KOs the Zard Y. It doesn't get 2-hit KO by anything Zard Y can throw at it. That variant of Altaria also walls the Milotic, the Emboar, the Goodra, the Celebi, and a number of other things. So the Mega Altaria was going to be pretty good, especially if you brought the Zard Y. In the end, he brought the Aggron, so it wasn't as useful, but it was still, it's still alright. And I have Choice Specs Raikou because he didn't have a ground type, and I felt like I could capitalize on just Choice Specs Volt Switch all day long. It's great. Then Heran was there with an Air Balloon and Stone Edge to deal with the Zard Y again if it wanted to run Earthquake. Like Dragon Dance Zard Y might have been a problem. I don't know. I was just, whatever. I was thinking about it. And then we brought Crobat, I do believe, as a defogger. So, or possibly Choice Band. I don't quite remember which. But anyways, so the team that I saw was roughly what I was expecting. I do have Ice Punch on the Nidoking over Ice Beam to hit the Goodra, and that ends up mattering in the end. But anyways, I'm gonna play the tape and we will see what happens. So I decided, as I said, Church and MVP just completely destroy his team. So I let off with Church right here. Now, Ice Punch does about 70%, and if he's modest, both Ice Beam and Draco have a chance to kill Nidoking. So I switched out right there, go out into Subway because I know this can take any one hit from this thing, and I'm pretty sure, I either get my Rocks up here or I throw a Toxic at it. He is going to go for the Earthquake, but, okay, so I did something really dumb. I wrote down the speeds of all of his mons, and then I EV'd Heatran to be the same speed as Goodra instead of one better, because I'm stupid. So he won the speed tie there as I set my Stealth Rock. Then I win the speed tie here as I go for the Toxic. So Heatran basically throwaway against his team, especially the team that he brought. Heatran puts in little to no work. It was mainly just going to be there for things that he didn't bring, essentially. So I'm more than happy to let Heatran go down there, especially as he doesn't have an obvious way to remove hazards. Anyway, I'm going to go to the Hitmonlee right here because it threatens to KO the Goodra very nicely. Hitmonlee just destroys so much of his draft, it's obnoxious. So, I think I go for a knockoff, or maybe I just high jump kick. I think I do just high jump kick because I figured it would probably 2-hit KO whatever he brought in. Unfortunately, he has the Black Sludge, which means the high jump kick is not going to KO from here. So I do have to switch out into Nidoking, predicting the Gunk Shot, which ends up going exactly as planned, and this puts me in a position where, again, I'm threatening to KO one of his mons. So we're going to go for I do believe an Earth Power right here. I had no reason not to make the safe play and go for a super effective hit. And again, this is now in range of I do believe Thunderbolt, which I brought. I was going to say Sludge Wave, which it probably would be, but went for the Thunderbolt right there to take that thing out, which is great. Now again, Goodra is still not in range of Ice Punch, and I still don't want to get KO'd by a Draco. So I'm going to switch out right here, back into Flufflepuff, because I figured this thing was basically useless. The set that I brought against this team was more or less worthless. So I switched this into the Ice Beam right here. We actually take it, which is quite impressive. Now, right here, Altaria outspeeds him. I wasn't running any speed, but I still outspeed him. I always outspeed Goodra unless he's running max, which I know he wasn't from earlier. And uninvested return still OHKOs Goodra. So right here, I predicted him to switch out. I predicted him to go into the Aggron, and I switched into Raikou, as he ends up Ice Beaming me again, which I was quite disappointed with, because obviously Raikou's taking damage unnecessarily. I could have killed this Goodra, which ends up being quite a threat in the late game, but we're going to move past it. We're going to Volt Switch off of this thing, which does a decent chunk of damage, And we are going to go into Crobat, which actually I EV'd to outspeed Scarf Emboar. So even if he'd brought the Choice Scarf Emboar, Crobat was going to deny him killing anything. That was the plan there anyways. But we're going to do like force to the Aggron there, and we're going to U-turn out. I do believe we go and sack off the Altaria right here, because as I said earlier, it's more or less useless in this match. And that's going to allow us to get a free switch into a wall breaker of our choice, which ends up being Nidoking, and we're just going to go for the Earth Power, I think. I think we do just go for the Earth Power. It's safe. It does loads of stuff. Now, right, what happened here was, I was in the mindset of, oh, it's fine, Nidoking and Hitmonlee just win the game, you know? Like Celebi, that just goes down so easy. I forgot that Celebi outspeeds if he wants it to. So, I pooed myself a little bit when he hits me with the Earth Power right here. I believe if that had been a Psychic move, he probably would have killed me. And the game probably would have gone quite different. But we're going to take out the Celebi right there. We're going to barrel past it. And I'm going to switch out into the Crobat right here, because it is my least useful mon, and I was predicting the Sucker Punch. So even if he was Choice Scarf, go into this thing, eat it up, it's fine. Take out the Emboar, no longer a threat. Perfect. So he's going to go out into the Aggron right here, because obviously I can't touch it. And I do believe I sack this off right here, go for the Super Fang to ensure that Nidoking can take him out. If he's not specially invested, then Earth Power Okos, but if he is specially invested, then it doesn't quite. So I thought I'd make sure that Nidoking was going to be able to kill him with an Earth Power right here. And that pays off. I don't know if it made a difference, but we do manage to take out the Aggron right there. And now he goes out into the Goodra, and I am going to reveal the Ice Punch, my big old gotcha moment. Take that, Goodra. And that is going to put us in a position to win the game, unfortunately. Very, very sadly. Nidoking's going to be too slow to pick up this KO right here because of Gooey. And it is going to be a 2-0 rather than a 3-0, but I will take that all day long. A solid victory for the Goldenrod Gligars. Well played, buddy. So, yeah, we're going to take out the Garbodor right there, and that is going to end off the match. So that is going to finish off week 3. I believe we are 5-1 at this point. I could be wrong. I think we're 5 wins, 1 loss. So we're doing pretty good. We're top of the table on differential at the moment. I think Pre is the same as us, but we have 2 more kills than him. So that's, or 2 better score difference than him. Something. But yeah, so we're currently still in the lead, which is fantastic. So if you guys want us to remain at the top, remember to drop a like down below. Hashtag Go Gligars wherever you want. And I will see you in the next one.